tonight I'm actually going to be opening up one of these hoverboards, which are or have been well, are the hit item, the most popular thing at the moment. The reason I'm going to open it up is on with the video. I know that was a little long-winded, so let's flip this over. Some bubble wrap there. And we got the bottom side. Now, just because these LEDs that are usually on are just so darn bright and they're very distracting and they draw lots of unwanted attention, and not as if, you know, riding around in a mall on one of these doesn't bring enough attention already, but the blue lights really draw attention and cause a lot of hassles. So I just covered them up with black tape for the moment until I unplug them. Let's see. Let's start unscrewing this, and let me see. Okay, thank you. Let's see what size we're going to want. That one's too small. Let's try this one. Perfect size. And we'll take one side off at a time. So anyways, the reason I wanted to take it apart is if I'm selling it, I want to know what's in it. Specifically, I know they're using lithium-ion batteries. And Gino, can you back up? Over. You can hold that one, but you know what? Daddy didn't need that one. No. Okay, you can try. You're not going to be able to. So I want to know what's in it. I know it's lithium, but it could potentially be a, you know, I don't know what size. It'd be great, excuse me, it'd be great if these are 18650s. It's a good commodity sell. Whoa.
The battery.
Okay. Well, I was wrong about the battery. Let's see, are all these the same size? No, they are not. Hold on. Okay. Wait, Gene, don't touch. I don't want to screw up the where the screws go.
Oh, no, Daddy. No, Daddy. I want him.
Okay.
Okay. Daddy.
Hold on, Gene.
It's this way.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. I just don't want to screw up, because some of these are machine screws, some of them are screws. So, alright, I was wrong about the battery being on this side. Let's zoom in here. I love the remote control for this camera. Works with a phone, so I just use my old iPhone. Gene, back up. Alright. Well, I'm looking at it on a tiny screen, but let's just go over what is all here. Let me take a quick peek at the... Ha! You're kidding me. Alright, well, I can just unplug that for the lights. What, Gene?
This is for the batteries.
Batteries on the other side, yes. Okay, well, for starters, alright, this right here is the positive and negative from the charging port. There is a ground plug on the charging port, however it's not connected to anything. The on-off switch goes down here. The charge port, instead of using two wires of larger size, it's using one for positive, one for negative. It's using 2 for each, but it looks like they might be going to different places, different plugs. So it's probably part of the battery balancing. Not too much to see for the most part. Just trying to get a peek in there. No, Jane, put that back. Well, the motors are actually inside the wheels. They're what's called a brushless hub motor. Interesting. These wires here are going to the LEDs, which also double as turn signals. There is an antenna of some sort here. Now, some of these units have things such as Bluetooth. You can connect to Bluetooth and play music through speakers on these. I don't get those. I figure the more features and functions like that, the more likely something's going to go wrong. Jane, put that down. Let's see here. Now, there is a massive aluminum plate underneath the circuit board, and it's attached in many places, and there's a thermal pad, of course, to dissipate heat. I am going to, well, this is the circuit board. It's probably also the, there's a little beep beep buzzer. It's probably also the motor controller. Very nice. I'll just let you peek a little bit more at that. And as long as she's open, I am going to just snap some pictures. I gotta set this down for a quick second here. There's goo on my foam lens. We don't like goo, do we? Mm-mm. Okay, well, that was... It's impressive. Just an opinion on the quality. It seems all the connections, all the solder points, everything's done... Oh, bubble wrap, that's right. Everything's done pretty well. It looks very solid. I don't want to go poking too much. There are 2 thicker positive and negative wires here that go through the little housing onto the other side. I'm going to guess that's going to be going to the battery. Looks to be maybe 14 gauge. Definitely not, I don't think it's 16, but it looks more like 14. So, okay, let's put this side back on before I lose or break anything. I'm going to leave the LEDs connected. Reason being is if I'm outside at night, which of course it's winter time here right now, but during the summer, if I'm outside at night, those lights, they're bright. I mean, they could light up, you know, they're like headlights. The only wire that should be on this side should be the LED. Yep. And just something interesting I'll point out on the inside of the hub motors on the wheels, there is cover it up. This light's too bright. There is a serial number as well as it tells you how many volts the motor is. So this one is a CCDY36V, which means it's 36 volts. There's a 150916A0927, which is probably going to be the serial number. You know what? I can disconnect. I didn't want to do it on the other side because of the power charge port and power plug. Or the on-off switch. Now, battery. There's the battery. So, let's see what we got. This is from Vict Power. VICTPOWER. It's got silicone sheathed wiring, which is awesome. It's wrapped and protected extraordinarily well. I can't tell if it is... Oh, here we go. Specially designed, product name, two-wheel balancing car battery. Of course, Chinese-English translations. I'm going to take the... I'm going to take this plastic retention. This is to keep the battery held solidly and stable. There's 4 screws. Now, upon reflection on my thoughts, given that both sides have these same boards, I would probably wager a guess that those are the motor controllers, and that other big one over here might have just been, well, maybe not. Maybe they're all 3 are motor controllers. These could be, small boards could be, say the, what would you call it? The gyroscope, because these work by tilt. Leaning it, the board back and forth is what makes you go forward or backwards, and then leaning one but not the other. You know, you can make it turn left or right, go in circles. Okay. I just don't want to go disconnecting anything. Whoa, there's some tiny wiring there. These larger silicon wires go down to these tiny, tiny little ones. That one looks like it got crimped. There's a lot of wires going through there. I don't even... There's a bundle of them over here. They're wrapped in electrical tape, but I do not know how those are connected. I'm not taking them apart. So anyways, 2V battery, LG, nice, very nice batteries, and it's exactly what I had anticipated and ordered. Isn't that right, Gino?
Yes, go in up and fix it. Can I take it off?
Yes. So let me read this off to you, and I'll zoom in to product name, two-wheel balancing car battery, product model. Vict, which these are made by Vict Power. Vict and a whole bunch of serial numbers.
This one has a nominal voltage of 36 volts, amp hour capacity of 4.4 amp hours. Tells me the size in millimeters.
Gene, get off the chair. Get off the chair.
Sorry.
No, you're not, because you never listen. You say sorry and you keep right on being naughty.
Sorry, White.
Manufacture date September 12th, 2015, which is funny because I actually remember that exact day. I was at the railroad meeting, and I think I uploaded some videos that day. This product's covered by the China Ping An. I don't know, I have a clue what that is. ISO 901. UN 38.3 material safety data sheet. Manufactured, the cells. The pack is manufactured by Vict Power. The actual cells are manufactured by LG. And that would be a LG 2200MF. So now that we have that established, Gene, you need to be quiet, please. Let's zoom in here. Gene, don't touch the chair. Focus. Yes, there are some limitations to controlling the camera with my phone. Is it doesn't let me choose a focal point. I'm learning, you know. It's, you know, gotta learn. So I'll let you all take a look at that. So once again, I find the quality of the board very impressive. If anybody's wondering. I'm currently selling these for $275, and maybe I should raise it now that I know it's an LG battery instead of just a, generic. Now, the way it looks, just the shape of the pack casing here. Gene, be quiet, please. Oops, I'm sorry. I have a feeling these are square cells and not, unless that's just, I suppose it could be circuit. No, it's round cells. But the length, yeah, 18650 lithium cells. I suppose that would also make sense because that would be the quantity you would need. Gene, get my flashlight. It's on my desk. That would be about the quantity you'd need to be able to hit 36 volts in such a small space. Gene, get my flashlight. You're not listening. It's on the desk.
Is it this?
Yes, flashlight. Don't touch the chair. You should go around. Alright, that flashlight isn't what I wanted to show you. Let's zoom out a little bit. If that is what I think it is, let me grab one here. Now my flashlight uses a 18650 lithium cell, which is the most commonly used cell in the world. In fact, these are even what the Tesla Model S uses, not the specific brand. Never, ever, ever buy UltraFire batteries. They are the worst of the worst. This one was rated at 3600 milliamps, and I think I can barely, when it was new, I'd barely get 800 milliamps out of it, or back in for that matter. Anyways, I have it, so I'm going to use it. It's the right length and about the right girth for an 18650 cell. So it looks like these size cells are what are in there. God, I hope, well, they're LG, so they're definitely not the poor quality that an UltraFire is. They don't even put protection circuits on these, but I don't care. I already had one go pop. But I was draining that one. A whole nother situation. And I won't even get into it. So, LG battery. Very impressed with the overall quality of everything on here. The battery wiring is pretty thick. Let me just want good size wiring going back to the motherboard. Got some other wires going through there. I mean, there's some spots where the wires are, you know, thinner, but if it's just communication wires, you don't need honking thick wires. Just don't know what the wires are for. But the power wires are silicon sheath, which is very impressive. I'm very, very impressed. So, I think that pretty much covers it. I don't know what else to really tell you. I just wanted to show everybody the internals of these hoverboard scooters. Now, I just want to touch on the subject that's been in the news quite a bit lately of people's hoverboards starting on fire. And don't get me wrong, well, lithium batteries are volatile. If they're damaged, they will burst into flames eventually. One common thing that I've been seeing with a lot of these hoverboards that are starting on fire is they always seem to be either a young child or a teenager, someone that's not using it how it was intended for. These aren't intended to be going over curbs. These aren't intended to do jumps. These aren't intended to get slammed into things, dropped, and hitting things. Gene, please move.
Say, Daddy.
Yes?
Say, sorry, Gino, stop the.
Sorry, Gino, stop what?
Stop screaming.
Stop screaming. I'm not screaming.
Say sorry, Gino.
Okay, sorry, Gino.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I want doing.
Hold on, let me get it started, and then you can do it. Don't touch the tripod. Oh, actually, shoot. I want to take a picture of that. Gene, back up. Back to what I was saying. It always seems to be someone that even looks like they're going to abuse. Gene. Abuse the board. And given that the battery's on the bottom, I mean, if you strike this part hard enough, you're gonna, give it a bit of a shock. And Gene, move your feet. You need to back up. You're not listening. You're not listening. You're not listening tonight.
Sorry.
I told you you had to go to bed, but you didn't listen. So I let you stay in here.
I wouldn't.
Just want to get a good snapshot. Good. So that's my opinion. I think, and especially some of these, especially the one with the little girl riding around in her mom's kitchen or something like that in the house. Parents are giving these to much younger children than recommended age. The manufacturer of my board recommended, I think it was 13 and older, and I've seen some 16 and older. Point is, no matter what you might think, these are not toys. These are I said back up, you're not listening. These are a powered mode of transportation. Do you want to go bed?
No,
Then why don't you listen?
I want to do it.
You can do it, but I'm getting it started. Gino, I think someone's a little overtired. Yeah. Why is that one not going in there? Maybe I got it backwards. Gene? You have to wait and then you can do it. So that pretty much covers my opinions on the scooters. So at least I'd say for $275, it's a steal for the quality device you are getting. There, that's what I did wrong. Ha. That's it. So I hope everybody has a good evening. My contact information is in the description box of this video if you're interested in purchasing one. I am in the Milwaukee County, Wisconsin. I do ship. You would be responsible for the actual cost of shipping. Okay, now you can do it. You would be responsible for the actual cost of shipping. I do FedEx Ground, and I have commercial accounts, so shipping should be like $15, maybe $20 in the continental U.S. I won't ship these just due to restrictions on airmail and lithium batteries. I'm not going to go through the hassle of shipping to outside continental USA. So any questions, comments, post them in the comments box below. And happy riding. Oh, I never finished what I was talking about. I guess it's just a little late for both of us. What I was getting at is these are not toys. They are a powered mode of transportation. They can be dangerous. You wear a helmet, wear pads. You never know. Treat it like you would a bicycle. I mean, ride it like you would a bicycle. No, you don't hit lithium batteries with screwdrivers, Gino. No. Can I finish?
No,
Can I finish the screws, please?
I want to finish.
Thank you.
Do you want to finish?
Oh, we gotta put this on yet.
Dad, you know?
So I think that is enough for tonight. Good night, everybody, and happy riding. Smile, cheese.